Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yasoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yasoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yasoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yasoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Hey, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bola, bola, bense, vale. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Vale, prem se vale. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Gaura Haribol. Gaur Premanande, Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa, Parivachakacharya Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Swami Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīmad Prabhupada ki jai, Nitya Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa, Parivachakacharya Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Goswami Śrīmad Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Siyadita Gadadha Srivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glory to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto H, and this is chapter 3 and verse 1. I'll just read the beginning of the chapter and then we'll go to the verse. This is the chapter known as Gajendra's Prayers of Surrender. In this chapter, the prayers of Gajendra, the king of the elephants, are described. It appears that the king of the elephants was formerly a human being known as Indradumna, and that he learned the prayer to the Supreme Lord. Fortunately, he remembered that prayer and began to chant it himself. First, he offered his respectful obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and because of his awkward position in having attacked by the crocodile, he expressed his inability to recite prayers nicely. Nonetheless, he tried to chant the mantra and express himself in appropriate words as follows. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause of all causes, the original person from whom everything has emanated. He is the root cause of this cosmic manifestation, and the entire cosmos rests in him. Yet, he is transcendental, for he does everything in relation to the material world through his external energy. He is eternally situated in the spiritual world, in Vaikuntha or Golok Vrindavan, where he engages in his eternal pastimes. The material world is the product of his external energy or material nature, which works under his direction. It is thus that creation maintains and annihilation takes place. The Lord exists in all times. This is externally difficult for a non-devotee to understand, although the transcendental Supreme Personality of God is perceived by everyone. Only the pure devotee perceives his presence and activities. The Supreme Personality of God is completely free from material birth, death, old age, and disease. Indeed, if anyone in this material world takes shelter of him, he also becomes situated in the transcendental position. For the satisfaction of the devotee, Paritranaya Sadhunam, the Lord appears and exhibits his activities. His appearance and disappearance and other pastimes are not at all material. One who knows the secret can enter the kingdom of God. In the Lord, all opposition elements are adjusted. The Lord is situated in everyone's heart. He is the control of everything. He is the witness of all activities. He is the original source of all living entities. Indeed, all living entities are part of Him, for He is the origin of Mahavishnu. who is the source of all the living entities within this material world. The Lord can observe the activities of our senses, which can work and achieve material results because of His mercy. Although He is the original source of everything, He is untouched by any of His products. In this way, He is like a gold mine, which is the source of gold and in ornaments, and yet is different from the ornaments themselves. The Lord is worshipped by the method prescribed in the Pancharatra. He is the source of our knowledge, and He can give us liberation. Therefore, it is our duty to understand Him according to the instructions of devotees, in particular the spiritual master. Although for us the mode of goodness is covered by following the instructions of the saintly persons and the spiritual master, we can be freed from material clutches. The self-effulgent material form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is adored by non-devotees. His impersonal form is adored by advance in spiritual knowledge, and His feature as the localized Supersoul is appeared by the yogis. That Supreme Personality of Godhead is competent to dissipate the darkness of the conditional soul through His instruction in Bhagavad Gita. He is the ocean of transcendental qualities and can be understood only by liberated persons freed from the bodily concept of life. By His causeless mercy, the Lord can rescue the conditioned soul from the material clutches and enable him to return home back to Godhead, to become His personal associate. Nonetheless, a pure devotee does not aspire to go back to Godhead. He is simply satisfied with executing his service in the material world. You're listening, right? A pure devotee does not ask anything from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His only prayer is to be freed from the material conception of life and to be engaged in the Lord's transcendental loving service. In this way, the king of the elephants, Gajendra, offered prayers directly to the Supreme Personality of Godhead without mistaking Him for any of the demigods. None of the demigods came to see Him, not even Brahma or Shiva. Rather, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, seated on Garuda, personally appeared before him. Gajendra, by lifting his trunk, offered obeisances to the Lord. And the Lord immediately pulled him from the water along with the crocodile who had captured his leg. Then the Lord killed the crocodile and thus rescued Gajendra. Such a nice, one of my favorite story. I was meant to give this class. That's why I sit here today. That is somebody else's class. So today's verse, verse 1 of the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 3, and text 1. I said the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva? Okay. Sri Badarayana Uvacha. Sri Badarayana Uvacha. Evam Vyavasito Buddhya. Evam Vyavasito Buddhya. Samadhaya Manohridi. Samadhaya Manohridi. Jajapa Paramam Japyam. Jajapa Paramam Japyam. Pragjanmanyanushikshitam. Pragjanmanyanushikshitam. Sri Badarayani Ruvacha. Evam Vyavasito Buddhya. Samadhaya Manohridi. Jajapa paramam japyam pragjanmanyanusikshitam. Okay, ladies. Śrīvādarāne uvacha. Sri Shukadev Goswami said, Evam thus vyavasitaha fixed buddhya by intelligence, samadhaya for concentration, manaha the mind, hridhi in consciousness or in the heart, jajapa he chanted, paramam a supreme, japyam mantra he had learned from great devotees, prakjanmani in his previous birth, anushikshitam practiced. Translation and Prabhupada by His Divine Grace. Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Sukadeva Goswami continued. Thereafter the king of the elephants, Gajendra, fixed his mind in his heart with perfect intelligence and chanted mantra which he had learned in his previous birth as Indradumna and which he remembered by the grace of Krishna. Purport. Such remembrance is described in Bhagavad Gita 6:43-44. Tatratam buddhya samyagyam labhate puram dahikam yatate chatato bhuya samsiddhyao kuruma nandana purvyabhyasyane te naivam hriyate hiyana avaso pisha. He will, in this verse, it is assured that even if a person engaged in devotional service falls down, he is not degraded, but he is placed in a position in which he will, in due course of time, remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As explained later, Gajendra was formerly a king in Indradumna, and somehow or other in his next life he became king of the elephants. Now Gajendra was in danger, and although he was in a body other than that of a human being, he remembered the stotra he had chanted in his previous birth. Yatate chatato bhuya samsiddha kurunandana. To enable one to achieve perfection, Krishna gives one the chance to remember him again, and this is proved here. For although the king of the elephant, Gajendra, was put in a danger, this was a chance for him to remember his previous devotional activities so that he could immediately be rescued by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Very understanding the purpose very clear. It is imperative, therefore, that all devotees in Krishna consciousness practice chanting some mantra. Certainly, one should chant the Hare Krishna mantra, which is the Maha Mantra or great mantra, and also one should practice chanting Chintamani Prakara Sadmasu or the Nishinga Stotra. Iti Nishima Parato Nishima Yato Yato Yami Tato Nishinga. Every devotee should practice in order to chant some mantra perfectly, so that even though he may be perfect in spiritual consciousness in this life, in his next life, he will not forget Krishna consciousness, even if he become an animal. So don't think that you are a devotee chanting, you could end up becoming an elephant in your next life, or a pigeon outside the temple. Who knows? That's explained here. So don't think, oh, I'm going back to Godhead, and you're going to hell. No, we don't know what's happening. We just become Krishna conscious and leave everything up to Krishna. Yeah, so I just, here. Of course, a devotee should try to perfect his Krishna consciousness in this life, for simply by understanding Krishna and his instructions, after giving up this body, one can return home back to Godhead, even if there is some fall down. Practice of Krishna consciousness never goes in vain. For example, Ajamil in his boyhood practiced chanting the name of Narayan under the direction of his father, but later in his youth he fell down and became a drunkard, women hunter, rogue and a thief. Nonetheless, because of his chanting the mantra, the name of Narayan, for the purpose of calling his son, whom he had named Narayan, he became advanced, even though he was involved in sinful activities. Therefore, we should not forget the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra under any circumstances. It will help us in the greater danger, as we find in the life of Gajendra. This is the very reason why devotees, they name their children after Krishna. So you can, even if you are not chanting 16 rounds, but somehow or another you're calling your son, hey Krishna, kidhar hai? Like your son is Krishna and your daughter is Gaurangi, someone is Radhe. So you're chanting Hare Krishna all day. So that's very important to name devotee's name, spiritual name, because you're not calling your daughter, hey Sally, or something else like that, or calling them Krishna's name. So you're constantly repeating the name of Krishna. It's a common fact in India. They name your daughter or your son after Krishna. So that even if, doesn't mean you can be a sinful rogue and a thief like Ajamil. So you can just say your son's name, hey Krishna. But you need to, this just helps you to be Krishna conscious because your son's name is Krishna's name. But at the same time, you need to be Krishna conscious. No, I'll do whatever I like, and I call my son's name Krishna, and everything is fine. So, important thing is, here, this is the story of Gajendra, who was an elephant. An elephant praying to Krishna when he was in danger, because elephant on the land, it's very tough. Even the tiger and lion, they're scared of elephants, because they're so strong, they can just trample on a tiger on their feet. But in the water, they're like, meow, they're nothing. So the crocodile got the elephant by the leg. And it says, it's many, many years, 100 years, they're in that condition. Like a mosquito bites on you. For a second, it's like, oh, such a painful. And you go whack, and it's finished. But he couldn't do anything about it. Gajendra his leg was getting eaten up and he was not letting go. So, Prabhupada mentioned here, at the time of danger, you have to take shelter of Krishna. That is the instruction. Why this story is written in the Bhagavatam? Because this story illustrates that in the time of danger, or even not danger, we must take shelter of Krishna. And because Gajendra was a devotee in his previous life, he could remember, it says here, mantra. He could remember the slokas as an elephant. Don't think you were sitting in the temple, you have 2 arms, 2 legs, you are a human being. Sometimes you see people, the way they behave is not like a human being. They have the 2 arms, 2 legs, but they act like worse than an elephant. So the point is to be Krishna conscious in whatever situation you're in, even as a dog or a cat. We had one dog in New Govardhan farm. His name was Hare. And one day he fell down. He went to the bazaar looking for a female dog. He left the farm. He said, where's Hare? So we all went to get the Hare back. He said, what are you doing? Come back to the farm. He said, no, I'm too busy. I got my girlfriend here. So we had to bring him back on the farm. And he used to come to Mangalarati every day, outside the temple room. While you're having the kirtan, he's outside the window. And when he passed away, his first 2 legs were like this, in front of the temple. Yeah, like this, paying Dandavat. Of the temple, outside the temple. No, it's in New Govardhan. And they said he died because he ate too many gulab jamuns from the deity. Even us, you eat too many gulab jamun, it's not good for you. Maybe in the beginning. One of the sannyasis, they had 30 gulab jamuns, because we used to have competition, early days. And next day he was sick, he was supposed to keep class. And that dog, he had all this gulab jamun every day and halwa, he died from it. But he went back to Godhead. And Srila Prabhupada, one time he was coming to Mayapur, on his way to Mayapur, they stop in a garden there. They have a mango garden, and he take prasadam there, lunch, on the way to Mayapur. And so they're all taking prasadam, and a dog was behind Prabhupada. They were very observant in eating. And Prabhupada knew there's a dog behind him. He took a rasagulla and he threw it over his head. And the dogs are really good at catching. He got the gulab jamun in the air. And a few days later, they got the news that that dog went back to Godhead, died. He got prasadam from Prabhupada's hand. So this is a story that you have to have the mercy of a pure devotee. You have to have the mercy of a sadhu. That's what it says, sadhu's mercy, blessing of a devotee. Ekakiyamai nahi pai bol harinam sankirtan. Bhaktivedanta Thakur says, on my own, I'm unable to chant Hare Krishna, but when I can do it together with the devotees' association, then it becomes easier. Isn't it? Yesterday we went to one devotee's house. We had lunch prasadam, Gujarati home. And she started cooking. They knew we were coming. She was cooking very early in the morning. And we had prasadam around 1:30. So many preparation. It's not easy to cook, get in the kitchen and on your own. It's not like India, you can just have servants. You're cooking on your own. And she made all these preparations. And I told them what I want to eat. Because, when you get too many invitations, and you can tell people, like, let's listen. And so, there's a lot of hardship. But at the end, there's satisfaction. Because you're satisfying devotee, you're satisfying Krishna. There is no hardship. So always have to remember the end of the result, that Krishna will bless you for your work. So when you're praying to Krishna, you have to pray with that sincerity. Not like I come in here, look at me, I'm singing. I'm such a good mridanga player, like I'm such a good singer. That's not the attitude. The attitude is, have to be, how fortunate I am that I'm given a chance to sing glories. I'm to sing Krishna's holy name. While we have the human body, we are so lucky to be able to use this body in serving Krishna, to dance for Krishna, to sing for Krishna, to cook for Krishna. If you're a dog or a cat or an elephant, you couldn't. There's a very big, strong writing outside. No children, no dogs, no animals, only the cooks. You don't have a chance to serve Krishna. But this elephant, Gajendra, he remembered, as an elephant, the body of an elephant, he could remember that he was a devotee of Krishna from past life. He was in danger, and he found a lotus flower, and when he struck, he was offering to Vishnu. And it's mentioned here, Shiva, Brahma, they didn't come, but Vishnu came. This is an example. Krishna will be quicker. Chant Hare Krishna. So there's so many mantras right here. Maha mantra. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. See, everybody's so happy. Anybody's not happy? Means you're not chanting, you're thinking of something else. So you need to chant Hare Krishna, you have to put your heart to it. Mantra, mind. Mantra, your mind has to be focused on the chanting, the mantra, glories of Krishna. Krishna's there in his name. Kali Kale Nam Rupe Krishna Avatar. It's mentioned that Krishna in Kali Yuga is there. He is present in his name. So when you're chanting his name, you are associated with Krishna directly. He's on your tongue. Sounds good. It's like when you sit down to eat, you're like, nothing can bother you. You're so absorbed. Maybe because you're hungry. Because you're concentrating, you're focused. That's what it says here, concentrating. So similarly, when you're chanting Hare Krishna, put your mind to it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, when he was chanting Hare Krishna, tears were coming from his eyes like torrents of rain. In Srila Prabhupada, I saw him when he was on the Vyasasan. He's chanting Jai Radha Madhava. His eyes were soft with water under his eyes. Because he was chanting with such clarity, with such purity, with such love. He's associating with Krishna. I've seen a devotee here, they're chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, like he's eating Krishna. He's got the right attitude because he wants to make sure that he's chanting the Hare Krishna mantra clearly, but you're not eating Krishna. But so Arjuna said to Krishna, he said, this bhakti yoga is so difficult. And Krishna says, Abhyasa yoga yuktena. Simply you have to practice and be detached to the result. To practice Krishna consciousness. I was dancing here this morning and I saw some people there, Not for me, thanks. What is this? God himself has his hands in the air, singing, dancing. I don't dance. I study all day. Brahmana. Our process is simple. Simply call on Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna loudly with all your heart and all your consciousness. Hey Krishna, where are you? The Goswamis of Vrindavan, they're singing like this. Hey Brajadeva Kache, hey Lalite, where are you? Are you under the tree? Are you under the hill of Govardhan hill? Are you under the side of the bank of the Yamuna? Where are you? And we say, oh no, I have found Krishna. I'm with Krishna. They never said that. They said, where are you? They're the most advanced devotees. That's their attitude. So you have to chant Krishna's name with humility. Trinad api sunichena, taror api shahishnuna. Shahishnuna. Trina means the grass. If people step on the grass, you all step on the grass, you're not thinking, I'm hurting the grass. Grass is not thinking, hey you, why are you stepping on me? I never protest. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you have to be humbler than the grass. Tinada pitara sahishnuna amani namanadena. And he said, you have to be tolerant like a tree. In India, people are always going chopping up the tree for firewood, isn't it? Before chopping, there's no tree left because cutting them down so you can cook your chapatis on the fire. They say, oh, chapatis cooked on firewood is really tasty. They're cutting down all the trees. So trees never said, why are you cutting down me? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you have to be as tolerant as the tree, as tolerant and humbler than the grass. That is the standard of chanting Hare Krishna. If you're in the desperate situation, like Gajendra, you come in the temple and some devotee, they bite your leg like a crocodile and then let go of you. And they're chomping, the blood's coming, and it's going to be 100 years. That's what happened. Gajendra was attacked by 100 years under the water. And sometimes we come in the temple, they look the other way like, hey, Kyagarai. And he said, no thanks, I don't want to come to temple anymore. He don't like me. When you think you are the center of everything, people look at the wrong way. This is not Hare Krishna temple, it's not for me. And you look the wrong way. And you said this to me. I'm going home, I'm going to watch TV instead. You know. So we have to be tolerant. We have to be humble. If you want to experience love of Krishna, then you have to have that attitude, devotional attitude. No. Once a week, every day we have to perform Krishna consciousness. If you're attacked by an animal, attacked by someone, you're in a desperate situation, no one can help you. Only God, you turn to God. I remember, I always came across a lot of desperate situations. That's why I can tell you so many, so sincerely. So many desperate situations. One time, devotees were really, really not very nice to me. So I thought, I'm going to leave this Hare Krishna. I'm going to go to the church, actually, instead. It's very nice there, it's peaceful, nobody telling you what to do. So I went to the church in Hyde Park in Sydney. Big church. I was the only one in the church. Huge building. So I was thinking somebody's going to attack me because I was like scared, a ghost or something. I felt really scared. I said, so I took my bead bag, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. There's nobody around there. I said, whatever happens, I'm going back to the ISKCON. There's more people there. I don't mind why devotees tell me something. At least there's no ghosts around me. So sometimes people say something or something or the other. There's circumstances, situations, but we know that actually Krishna puts us in a situation so we can remember Him. You have to think in that way. You lie, I hate you. You did this to me. I'm not talking for till next life. You're wiping you off, block you for life. What is this? You're not Kamsa. Even Kamsa think of Krishna. So you're in a desperate situation, you have to think of Krishna. My mother was to cook for Prabhupada. He was really good devotee. So I asked her, give me some halava that you cook for Krishna. Because we only saw halava once a year on a festival. They were so poor in Mayapur in the early days. So he said, you can have prasharam after it's offered. So they took the halava to the offering. And then I went in the kitchen, then this halava left in the pot. I said, wow, good chance for me to take it. So they took all the best part of the halava from the bottom of the pot, and there's a ring of halava around it. You know, sometime in the karai, in the small wok. In India we used wok those days. Then I looked around, there's nobody around. I said, I'm going to get that ring of halava. And I took it. Before anyone could see me, I quickly ran behind the building. And those days didn't have many buildings, it was all forest. So I was shoving in my mouth the halva. And it's long piece of halva because it's like a ring of halva. It's stuck on the side of the pot. And I put it all in the throat. And so what happened is the halva was stuck, wasn't going in, or wasn't coming out. I was in a really desperate situation. I couldn't breathe. Actually, I was dying. And I couldn't ask, someone here help me, because I couldn't bring out a word. I was stuck here. And you can't breathe. So tears are coming from my eyes. I wasn't chanting Hare Krishna because tears were coming because I was suffering. And so, only thing I could do, because my mind's still working, my consciousness is working. So only thing I could do is pray to Krishna in the mind. So I was praying, Krishna, please help me, forgive me, I'll never steal again, I'll be good for you, and whatever. I was praying, really desperate, super desperate. I couldn't call out anyone, there's no one around, it's a forest, and there's no devotee. So, and you can imagine what happened. Suddenly, that some of the piece of the halava that stuck in the throat was melting down. You know what I mean? It was melting down so I could, breathe again. So I was chanting Hare Krishna, whatever mantra, Nishingadev, so many mantras I was chanting. Even Shiva, I didn't care. I was chanting, I was desperate. Anyone around helped me. But the Hare Krishna mantra did the work. Because I didn't know that many mantras, but I knew Shiva. My favorite demigod was Shiva because he looked really big, strong, and bluish looking, and he was like sitting on the bull. He was my favorite demigod. So I really liked Shiva. I was chanting Shiva, Kidar He, and Shiva didn't come. And I heard about Hare Krishna mantra. I said, I was really serious, Hare Krishna, like crying, and like what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, tears in the eyes, and I was doing it. And like I said, like suddenly the halava was melting down. So don't think mantra you're chanting for 50 years, nothing happening. Because you're chanting ha ha ha, Hare Krishna, Khana kidhar hai, when is the food, let's go to the Hare Krishna temple because they have really good food. What time's the food? You know? That is not the reason for coming here. You come because you have beautiful Radha Ballava here. And you pray to them for their mercy. Why Radharani has a hand like this? He could be having around Krishna like, my husband, but she has a hand. Maybe she told, don't put my arm around Krishna, make my hand like this. So I'm blessing the people that come to see me. She's very merciful, she's blessing. So Krishna is merciful. Gajendra was praying to Lord Narayan. Narayan's up there thinking, let him suffer. Let him, another 100 years, let's see how much he loves me. No, I'm here busy enjoying with Lakshmi, and leave me alone. He could have said that. You in the material world, or in the heavenly planet, you suffer, because you forgot me, you fell down, you left me, you suffer another 100 years. let me now, leave me alone. I'm busy with my Lakshmi here and all the associate. No. He heard the cry of Gajendra. Instantly, immediately, he came down. He took some time because he had to get on the Garuda, fly down here, down in heaven. It just take some time. The same thing happened to Draupadi. Draupadi was, the story in the Mahabharata. And Krishna heard the call of Draupadi all the way from Dwarka. And Hastinapur in Delhi, it's very far. So when Krishna heard the call of Draupadi, he usually said, bring my chariot. He didn't have time to do that. He walked from Dwarka all the way to Hastinapur to help Draupadi. And then he was giving the sari. And later, Draupadi met Krishna. He said, I was calling you and calling you. Why you took so long to help me? He said, listen, I had to come all the way from Dwarka and walk all the way from Dwarka. So Krishna always there for us. When the husband goes to work and you're at home, you're thinking, I hope he comes late. I can do my own thing now. Radharani, she's never separated from Krishna. Even all the painting we have of Radha Krishna, Krishna doesn't like to be alone. She's always beside Krishna, Radha Krishna. So Krishna is very merciful because Krishna is the ocean of compassion, ocean of mercy. We have one drop of mercy. Like if you say, I'm really thirsty, then you bring one drop of water, open your mouth, toing. But Krishna gives unlimited mercy. If you ask for money, and then he give you 1 paisa, you are a millionaire, like I have 1 rupee. Even beggar will not take that. In India, right? They ask for 100 rupees. So Krishna, he is ultimate source, like it says here, source of everything. He's an ocean of mercy. You want blessing? Radharani has her hand like this. So much mercy coming, like the torrents of rain falling down from the sky. That's why when people come to the temple, realize that. Nothing happening here, but it feels so peaceful, it's so beautiful, it's so comfortable here. The first time I came to ISKCON temple in Mayapur, I told my mother, I'm staying here. I don't want to go. I loved it so much. The marble floor is so clean, you can eat off of it from the floor. It's so clean. And it feels so shanti, so peaceful. Because that is the house of Krishna. Krishna is there. Krishna in that house. As you go to a devotee's house, it feels so nice. The main room of a devotee's home, the main room is the temple room. If you go to a non-devotee's house, the main room is where where they all sit around, have a drink. So we know where to find Krishna. Krishna is there in his name, mantra. And for Kali Yuga, Krishna, he comes in the form of his mantra, the holy name. For this age, we need to chant Hare Krishna. Sankirtan Yajna. We went the other day. On Friday, we had a Harinam. Twice a week we have a Harinam in the city. Friday we on a Harinam. There was a lot of devotees came out. And before Harinam, I was thinking, I don't want to go Harinam. I want to go home. I had a very hard day. I was doing cooking in the kitchen. I'm tired. Your mind will tell you millions of excuses. And I went on Harinam as soon as I took the kartal. All those mind games went out the window. I felt I am not here anymore in the spiritual world. That's what happens. When you chant Hare Krishna, if you dive into the chanting Hare Krishna and the kirtan, Krishna will empower you. He will bless you. He will give you the mercy that you will not even feel we are here anymore. You are not even in this body. You are transformed into the spiritual platform. That's what it does. Then, so many years I'm chanting. It's not happening because you're not putting your mind to it. You're thinking, oh, my leg is sore, my back is sore, this sore, that sore. All mind games. You know, my heel here, back of my heel, is really sore. Because here, I was jumping in the air and it landed on my heel. And everyone's saying, Jai Hari Bol, but I'm suffering like hell. My heel's like falling apart. But I said, I don't care. I want to chant Hare Krishna till I die on the floor. But that never happened. Because that's too easy. Chant Hare Krishna, die, that's easy. Everyone's going to go back to Godhead. We have to stay here longer and do service. But at the same time, we have to work hard at it for the mercy. And like all the Indian people, like all of you, say, Prabhuji, Swamiji, Asirvad do. Please bless me. It's not that easy. Then I just go, and you, I don't need to chant Hare, I got the blessing. No, that is easy cut. You have to do service. Blessing is there at the same time, we also have to surrender, like Gajendra. You have to surrender to Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna with sincerity. Hey Krishna, where are you? ISKCON temple down there. He's there, He's everywhere. He's in your heart. He's in the mantra. I've seen people here, a lot of people now coming around to our temple. And just before the temple, they come to temple, they put tilak on, and they put bead bag. I said, no, this is Hare Krishna, this is the standard. And as soon as you leave the temple, take the bead bag and throw it somewhere in your car, take the tilak off. I'm not in ISKCON anymore. Krishna is everywhere, not just here. So let's go to Hare Krishna temple, put tilak, and put your bead bag. I remember when I first joined, like right now, they have a lot of bead bags. And they used to make bead bags in our temple. They used to make gamsha, sari, dhoti. We had a handloom in Mayapur. So I said, make a really good big bag and make sure the bead bag is really big. And with pockets inside and outside. And they didn't ask me why. I said, don't ask me why, just make a nice bead bag. So I used to put sundaes, burfi, all the sweets inside the bead bag. Pockets, coins in the pocket, keys. That's not, bead bag is not meant for that. So you're thinking, oh no, I'm chanting Hare Krishna because if they see me chanting, they'll give me more halava, a burfi. No, we're chanting to get Krishna's attention, to chant to please Krishna. Oh no, we go to the temple so I can pray to Krishna, so I pass my exam, so I can get my PR in Australia. They even have a temple in India, PR temple. They pray to Krishna to get a PR. Gajendra wasn't praying to Krishna, give me PR in Australia. Right? Crocodile was biting his leg off. And he took a flower and offered to Lord Vishnu. Vishnu came, and what do you want? I want a PR in Australia. We want to go back to Godhead. Krishna is giving us the visa to go back to Godhead. Where you don't have to come back here anymore in this material world. This material world means asasatam, dukkhalayam asasatam, a place of misery from the down, from up heavenly planets down to the lowest planet in the material world is a place of misery. Dukkhalayam asasatam, endless misery, endless. So no, I'm fine. I'm doing okay. Close the door, I have this headache, I have this problem, that problem. No one can say, I'm fine. Only we can say, because when you have Krishna. I'm okay, no worries. They write in the bank, big writing, no worries. You go to the bank because you need money, you're worried. So our worries and anxiety as a devotee should be that how I can increase my love for Krishna, how I can increase my quality of chanting japa, how I can develop love for Krishna, bhakti, That should be our real anxiety. Material things will automatically follow. Anyone who's not chanting Hare Krishna, not even a devotee, they get their needs of life. They have everything they need materially, but they don't have Krishna. Samajh gaya? The Pandavas, the Pandavas, in the Mahabharata, Pandava, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadev, Yudhishthira, Draupadi, Kunti Devi. They didn't even have a home. The whole Kurukshetra took place because of land issue. But they were the winner of the Kurukshetra battlefield. They were the winner because they were with Krishna. And Krishna said, whoever's with me, they're the winner. Krishna, He is the owner of everything. And they were never suffering. Even Draupadi had a Akshay Patra. You know the story. I want gulab jamun, bang, it's on the plate. They were living in the forest. There's nothing to even cook with. And they were eating lavish food because they had that plate. That they got it from one of the demigods. Huh? So Krishna, Krishna's devotee are not scarce of anything. But our main concern, how I can remember Krishna. Manmana bhava mad bhakta, Krishna says, think of me, become my devotee. Why he has to emphasize? Because that is the hardest thing for us to remember Krishna. As soon as you go to the temple, you leave the temple, let's go, your mind is somewhere else. Even in chanting japa, your mind is somewhere else. So that's why Krishna said, focus your mind on me, think of me, become my devotee, worship me. One of the Goswami, he used to pay obeisances, 3,000 obeisances a day in Radhakund. 3,000. If you want to do 3,000 obeisances a day, you have to start 3 o'clock in the morning. At the end of the day, before you sleep, that's the time you need. All day obeisances. Next one, 3,000. He had no time to even go to the toilet. That is devotional service. Not when crocodile bite you. They said that if you want Govardhan Puja, Govardhan Puja, they make a big hill of food to offer Krishna. So they said in the Krishna book, it's mentioned in the Krishna book, that if you don't come to Govardhan Puja and worship Lord Krishna on that day, the snake and Govardhan, he will come and look for and bite you. So I was thinking, there's no snake in Melbourne, where is it going to come in the temple room? So if I didn't come to Govardhan Puja in the temple room, there's no snake here. But it's mentioned in the Krishna book. So I was thinking, that's going to be a big joke. But if you analyze it, the snake of your desire will bite you. Your mind bite you. Or maybe your husband or wife or somebody else, who knows. Somebody will bite you like a snake. Yeah? It's this analyze everything in the Bhagavatam, allegorical. So, we have to be desperate to serve Krishna, desperate. Don't think, I have so much time. Bad mein kahega. Now let me enjoy. Now I'm young and very happy. I have everything I need. Like you check your bank balance, you got everything going. Krishna later. Bhagavan's not for me now. The next thing you know, you are sick. Where's Bhagavan? Where's Bhagavan? Even children, they have their medicine. Children's medicine for cough. We are born sick. Komara Charat Pragya, Prahlad Maharaj said, you have to start chanting, become my devotee from a young age, from early age. We don't know how long we have here. You could walk along the road right now and get hit by a car, who knows? So, material world is a place of danger. It's padam padam tad bipadam natesham. Every step there is danger. So we have to take shelter of Krishna. He may be thinking, this guy is talking too much. I'm telling the truth. You open the TV or something, there's always news coming, telling how bad it is. Same news. Middle East, they're fighting, the Russian, and the same every day. It's a different thing. India vote, or this, that. Somebody win, somebody lose. The same thing. They didn't say, oh, that devotee chanted 64 rounds and he cooked for Radha Vallabha. There's no news like that. It's all the same, this misery news. So if you want to hear the news, it's here, the Bhagavatam. This is the news. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Read the Bhagavatam. The ultimate news. Glories of Krishna. Pastimes of Krishna. Pastimes of Gajendra. So the Bhagavatam illustrates how we can develop love for Krishna. It doesn't tell you how to make money or economy and all these things. How to learn English and go to school. This is the scriptures that tell us that how to come out from this material world, from this ignorant material world. It's such a nice book because no one will tell you if you're suffering, you go to just go to the doctor and get the medicine. So the scripture is telling us the real medicine is mantra, the Hare Krishna mantra. I told this story before. My friend, I lived in Perth before, and my friend had a dog. They live in the countryside, in the forest, a place called Denmark. It's 4 or 5 hours drive, and I used to go see him. And when I was there at his house, his dog got bitten by a snake. You know, there's a poisonous snake live in the forest, and so maybe because the dog didn't go to Govardhan Puja, whatever. So I said, let's chant Hare Krishna, because it's mantra. Because the snake bite, they have mantra. So we were around the dog chanting Hare Krishna very sincerely, because we want the dog to be cured from the poison. They have mantra to extract the poison. So we didn't know there was a special mantra, but we knew the Hare Krishna mantra, the Maha Mantra, is also does the job. So we're chanting around the dog, Hare Krishna, doing kirtan, at least 2 to 3 hours. And the dog was foaming at the mouth, the poison was coming, and like this, hours and hours, lying there, you know. And suddenly, after about 2 or 3 hours, after we're chanting, the dog got up and walked off. Just ran off. Didn't even say thank you. Wagged the tail, thank you. No, I didn't say thank you. Our devotees, they come to our temple sometime. You know, I've seen devotees bring their one plate because we don't have enough plates sometimes. Fill it up with prasarama, and they're walking off, going to the car. Say, what's going on? That's the prasaram. That's the cure to your heart, the material desire. So the Hare Krishna mantra actually works. And that day I just told you the story, the Halavaka stock. I was chanting Hare Krishna in my mind. This story is in Gajendra's story. It happens to us every day. It's so clear. You never know. Wake up in the morning and you feel so sick, and then you can't go to work, you have to go to the hospital, something or the other. Just the other day I was coming and I got stuck. I was rushing to get to the temple and the tram from Flinders Street, and I fell. And there's all these people sitting there, they didn't even help me. Are you okay? Nothing. I got up, I had such knee pain. I couldn't come to the temple that day. And all these people, they're just on the phone, and no one was. So I had to go to the doctor, and it's okay now. Maybe because I didn't dance enough. So you never know. The world is always full of problems. But if we can actually take shelter of Krishna, any situation, where you're happy or if you're not happy, it doesn't matter. Any condition, you have to take shelter of Krishna. By His mercy, that our body is functioning. By His mercy, you can eat your dhokra and your chapati, whatever you eat. Isn't it? By His mercy, if you're from South India, you can eat your dosa. His mercy, your body is functioning. It's Krishna's mercy. That's how I see it. Say, where is God? Show Him to me. It doesn't matter who you are. Because Krishna's mercy, you want to see God, chant Hare Krishna. He's there in the name. Prabhupada said, when you drink the water, you think of Krishna as the taste of the water. You can see Krishna, but Krishna is in the water. The taste of the water is Krishna. You can think of Krishna just by drinking water. Rasaham apsa kuntaya. Krishna says, I'm there, and I'm the taste of the water. That is a devotee, that is Krishna conscious devotee. They think of Krishna and any conditions, they can remember Krishna. Any questions? Yes.
You said how we should stay close to Lord Krishna in any situation we're put in. But so you see, when we're in like a difficult situation, it's very easy to call out to Krishna because there are no other options left. But when we're happy, how can we call out to Krishna when we're like enjoying everything?
I remember when I lived in Gurukul, they had one boy always ha 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 ha. So every time he did ha ha ha, we beat him with a stick. Then it's oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So if you think you are too happy and you forget Krishna, maybe we should just beat you with a stick. Or tell your mother to just beat you, whack you with a stick. Oh Hare Krishna. So we have to somehow balance it. Don't think if you are desperate, you chant Hare Krishna, but when you're happy, you don't chant Hare Krishna. I remember when I lived in the ashram, when I first came here. So our ashram, we only had one shower. And it's written there, everyone in the ashram can only take shower 5 minutes. Because there's only enough water, hot water, and will run out for others. So this one boy was in there, and he was going, He was taking shower, it was already 10 minutes. So we turned the hot water off. Oh, Krishna, Krishna. He was out of there really quick. Then we went the next person for the shower. So we get too comfortable when there's enjoyment comes. And we forget Krishna, right? Maybe your mother should cut your prasadam. They said, oh, I love you, mother. Sometimes I don't need you, I have enough. I'm independent. Okay, fine, just cut your meal, find somewhere else to stay. So Krishna can, give you trouble. He never gives trouble. Krishna always, even misery for us is a reminder so we can think of Krishna. But if you get too carried away, it's too good, I love it here. Oh yeah. Then misery will come. So just be careful. Don't get too comfortable with this Australia. Oh, so nice here. Then they put up the tax. So many things comes. Your mortgage go up. Said, oh my God. Oh, I'm going to Bhagavan. What is the temple? So this world is not a perfect place. So as a devotee, we take shelter of Krishna under any condition. That's why this verse is there. Trinarapi Sunechana. You have to be humble. Chant Hare Krishna with humility. And I think like, I'm sitting here, I got everything going. There was one devotee name, his name was Pundarik Vidanidhi. So he was a great devotee of Krishna. So Gadadhar Pandit and Mukunda Datta. So they said, I think it was Mukunda Datta. He said, this is a great devotee, let's go see him. He said, okay. So when we went to see him, he was sitting in a big gadi, big Vyasasan, and he was smoking hookah. You know hookah? And Gadadhar Pandit said, what kind of devotee is that? He's smoking hookah on a throne and like this. He's not a devotee. So Mukunda Datta said, okay, wait a minute. So he started chanting the verses from the Bhagavad Gita, from the Bhagavatam, very melodiously. When you hear someone chanting mantras and you feel very emotional, you feel very touched. So he was on the throne, he heard Mukunda Datta was singing this mantra from the Bhagavatam. And he started to cry, and he fell off from the throne, he was rolling on the ground. Then he understood, this guy is not just a hookah drinker, but is actually a great devotee. They're playing, you don't know. So maybe they are enjoying, but actually their heart is with Krishna. We can't just judge. Sometimes I see some brahmacharis, they have a huge plate of prasadam, this much, and they are a huge plate. You can almost sit on this plate, it's so big, you can fly up. Everything so much. That, they work hard. They chant, they're here every day of the program. That's their enjoyment. They're not sneaking out at night and they go to the pub, have a beer, or like that. They're chanting. And they work really hard. So don't just judge. But at the same time, we have to remind ourselves, when the misery comes, that's the time that no one can help us except Krishna. But when there's happiness, don't think, I don't need Krishna anymore, bye. He can tighten the screw real quick. So it's be careful. It's all by His mercy. Happiness and distress, all by His mercy. By Krishna's mercy, He has the breath to breathe. Without His mercy, He can't even breathe. Said, I'm a millionaire. Krishna cursed. You don't have a breath. You don't have a breath to breathe. What's your $1 million going to do? So we need Bhagavan. We need Krishna at every moment. That's why the Pandavas, they're very strong. When Krishna left the planet, Arjuna could not even protect those gopis they attacked by dacoits. This story in the Bhagavatam. And the gopis were attacked by the dacoits. Arjuna's protector of all the people, he couldn't. He suddenly lost his power. Because when Krishna was here, Krishna gave them the power. So all our energy, our power, our strength is Krishna's. You're thinking, I have so much enjoyment, I'm this, I'm that. Krishna can just go, doing. You finish. Bhumirapo Nolavaya, Krishna says, the material energy is my energy. He's working under my direction. Just like we have a car, you're driving a very fancy car. Everyone goes, oh, look at that car. But if you didn't have a driver, the car is useless, piece of junk. The driver is a person. And Krishna, without the person, that person is created by Krishna. Now they have electric car. It's a piece of junk also. Because what do you do with all those battery? Right? And now they have I was just in Malaysia, they have in the train station and here and there, they have special box. Put your battery there. Because you can't, this world is there's no solution. The only solution is take shelter of Krishna. It's coming to that. When you go on an airplane, so nice, Singapore Airline, first class, and turbulence. You have to divert the thing, and people die, 50, and half of the people are all injured. I fly in the first class. It doesn't matter what you do, first class or not. You're still going to be attacked. You're still going to get injured from the turbulence. So you may be first class, you have a lot of money, you're really good, you have everything you need. Still, suffering will come. Birth, death, all this, disease. There's no exemptions from anyone who is different from anyone, all these things. Okay? Anybody else? Yes.
I was just reading the report that Prabhupada mentioned that Chaitanya had come, his previous life was King Indra.
Yeah.
Not Indra, but
Indradumna, yeah.
Prabhupada says, somehow or other, in his next life, he became king of the elephants.
Yeah, it's mentioned here.
Prabhupada was saying just somehow or other. It wasn't that Prabhupada did a whole analogy of why and how. And he just said somehow or other he became king of the elephants. Just that's a similar parallel to us. We've been adventurers in our past, or we've been king angels and so forth, and now we're here in the material world.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, even though we are chanting, we're devotees, we know that we follow the process as given here by Prabhupada, and it's guaranteed we can go back to Godhead. But, and sometimes, if we are on the way back to Godhead and you meet Krishna, or even before that, I mean, there must be some discussion before he took the body of an elephant. He wasn't just like, he has an inner next thing you know, you're in the body of an elephant. In between, there must be some sort of discussion with someone that you were going to have a body of an elephant. So sometimes what happens is, I think, that Krishna's arrangement, that because it is says Kavu Raja, Kavu Praja, Kavu Sarva, Kavu Sarge, Kavu Narake. There's a verse that says that I don't mind to be hell or in heaven or as a beggar or as a king if I can be a Krishna's devotee, if I chant Hare Krishna. So maybe this was an example of Gajendra to illustrate that the story can be in the Bhagavatam, that he was still devotee in the body of an elephant. He didn't forget Krishna. But at the same time, it's not that you were going back to Godhead for sure, and you could end up an elephant, but a devotee doesn't mind to be an elephant if he can remember Krishna in the body of an elephant, wherever he is. But of course, he wishes he can go back, but if that is Krishna's plan, that you take something else before you go back, that is up to him. And we don't mind that. Yeah.
The way that I've kind of seen is that Prabhupada, even though there was discussion, there might have been discussion in previous Pavandas, and the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Prabhupada, it's not so important. We just basically make the best of a bad bargain. And chant Hare Krishna and go back home.
Exactly, yeah. Yes, so we don't say, oh Krishna, I want to be like a Gajendra, make me, I don't want to go back to Godhead yet. If I am eligible to go back to Godhead, that's fine. But before that, can I be Gajendra, like an elephant? No, we don't have to pray. Leave it up to Krishna. If you're going back to Godhead, then go back. If Krishna wants you to be something, that's fine. That's within his will. But our desire right now is to get purified, go back to Godhead. That is the goal. Like if you go to work, your boss suddenly say, I want you to be promoted. I want it to be something. That is up to him. But you go on doing your work there and follow the procedure of the company. So everything else is up to Krishna. So that's a good point. So somehow or other, but even that somehow or other, is nothing moves without the blade of, not even a blade of grass moves without the sanction of God. There must be some interaction between the person and who put him in that body. But also, it can be so that the reaction sometime, it can also, that you take a body of an elephant or a body of an animal to pay for the reactions you deserve. But that is a different thing. But at the same time, if we as a devotee, Krishna puts us in a different situation, but our motive should be, our desire should be, how I can remember Krishna. Any situations, on any conditions. If I'm a dog and I'm going around, go, but I'm actually chanting Hare Krishna, that's fine. If I'm just going, there's a story of what's his name, he became a deer. And he can remember Krishna in the body of a deer, Jarabharat. And as a deer, he was going around where the sadhus are, and he used to eat the remnants from the plate. I've seen in Mayapur, Vrindavan, even here, there's the birds, they eat off from the plate and stuff. In Mayapur, they eat they are devotees. We don't know these things, yeah.
Sometimes Prabhupada likened us to dancing white elephants. When Prabhupada
Yeah.
devotees doing kirtan, he would enjoy it so much, he would say, these devotees are like dancing white elephants.
Yeah. Prabhupada said, in the beginning there was not many Indians. Prabhupada said, these white people, they are dancing white elephant. We have one here, right here, you. Where's more? There's not many white elephants here. All brown elephants. So, yeah, that's true. Prabhupada was having a Sunday Arati in London, and at the end of the kirtan, Prabhupada said, "Didn't you see there was Brahman Shiva here?" He said, "Wow, really?" And because others can't see, only Prabhupada can see. And they said, "What?" They asked Prabhupada, "What were they doing?" And like Prabhupada said, "They were laughing at you." The way you dance and stuff. Maybe because you're like in white elephants. So you dance like, so it doesn't matter what body you have. If you can be Krishna conscious, that's the most important thing. Yeah, we are Gajendras. Yeah. The amount of prasadam we eat, I'm sure like Gajendra. Like all of you, every one of you, before you die, you can calculate amount of food we ate. It will be bullock cart food. It will be truck full of food we ate throughout our life. So that makes an elephant. Anyway, okay, thank you very much. Yes, one more question. Vishnu Duta. No, Vishnu Duta, they are sent by Narayan, they are agents. It's not that they make you anything. Their duty... No. Vishnu Dutas, generally they come to take you in an airplane. They're like a chauffeur, your car, they say, "Oh, devotee, walk on your airplane." They take you like that. They don't have... If they do anything, they be told by Narayan what to do. That's all. Explore, you do that before you get there. You already explored. Okay, Hare Krishna.